Hi guys, join me today in just going over a bunch of pictures. I thought I would make a video of just interesting stuff. I was going through a bunch of stuff and I thought, interesting, but nothing is really big enough to make a video on. But this kind of content where I'm going to show you old pictures and hopefully they aren't fake. I try to check them all out a little bit. Before I present them. Not always am I right. A lot of stuff sometimes things get slipped through. But if you like this kind of content, if you would like to, please put it in there and I'll make maybe one a week or something like that. Because something like this would be really easy. Because I'm just going to give you my point of view and my opinion or what I find interesting. And I know that this is some guy who was making this one that you're looking at right here. So, obviously, that was puppets. You're going to find a lot of stuff like this. Back then, there was a lot more creativity. It's very odd, though. It's like his family. Oh, okay. And this, you'll find so many pictures like this. I think that is just... Now, did they... Look at the hair on this. Isn't that wild? I mean, honestly. They've taken the time... That's really blurry. They've taken the time to make a wig for these, or is this somebody's Photoshop? It says, when I went and checked it out, and I've seen this photo before, it does look like it's verified. And they were saying that that movie from Disney, this one, was inspired by these different pictures. I went and looked at the other ones; they weren't all that impressive, but this one is, and it's odd. It's odd in so many ways. Is this photoshopped? You know, I can't get close enough on the picture to really see whether it's photoshopped. I'd have to pull up an app for that. But it doesn't look like it is. Although there is some, if you can see in here, there's some, but that could be part of the wall. They look alive, but then if you've ever seen a deer that's been mounted and stuff like that, or they do look alive too. So did they just put this on the kids' heads? That's what I'm saying. This is just really creepy. It's not a mask. It looks like it really is a peculiar picture for sure. But it goes along. Let's give it a second. It goes along with a lot of these books that you find. Now, this one says that it was written in... Doesn't go and do that. Now, see, that is not a 1. That's a something. 664. Okay, so this book, that's what it was written. So these are old books. You get a lot of these kind. Very strange looking creatures. Oh, look, you can see that he was chained up. Or there's a chain. Yeah, it must be chained up. I don't see where it's attached to him, but... Oh, yeah, on the neck. What am I thinking? And I can't read that language. Isn't that interesting? Come on. Everything's so slow right now. Here's another one. Martin Leakey did this, featured this book, read from this book, did quite a few of it. And again, we're looking at fish people of all different types. And this one doesn't say. I'd have to go into to see what the age is of this book. It's not really saying. But isn't that interesting? Look at how they're fully different species. You know, I know everybody wants to give it to, oh, demon seed, or this is a Nephilim. This, I don't know if that's necessarily true. And maybe I think God, just like the flowers of the earth, he loved variety. Not everything was evil. But look at these. So yeah, so all different types of creatures. And look at this page. This is what's really interesting. This one down here is 15. It's dated. Why are they dated? 1523. Look at this creature. What is it? It's a bull, an upright bull. And this one here, and it's got face down here and dogs on its feet. And they are saying it is 1543. Was it drawn or did they see it? This one doesn't have a date on this one. 1577. On this one, that looks like kind of the devil. Kind of. And this creature is in the middle here. Does it say? It doesn't have the date. 1511, this one. Now that's pretty freaky. Monstoporium or something like that. In 1511 again. Crazy. I don't know what they're trying to tell us on that. It's back smaller. Yeah, so there's so many of these crazy depictions as if they are more than just somebody's and they could be somebody's imagination, I don't know, but there's so many of them, and there's so many different authors that has quite similar, and sometimes the maps have these creatures on the maps as well, so they were more well known than just like the dog man here. I don't know what this is. This a rabbit? And this thing, it just looks like a person, but one-eyed cyclops. There you go. And a belly man. Now that's interesting. Or chest man. And oh, look, the feet. Figure 8. Homo. Is that C-U-M? Whom? I need new glasses, guys. And it's hard to read that type of stuff. Look at this. Here is Sasquatch almost. Well, here's really Sasquatch, guys. And then a little tail. There you go. Here's a tail. Yeah. Look at that. Those are, I don't know what to say to you. This is neat. And then he has a cave. I mean, a club. So these are homos. So they were just saying that these are different. Okay, is this maybe what they were supposing with all the Homo erectus and that? And then with others, I have no clue. Just interesting stuff, anyways. Okay, so yeah, here you go. Here's another one of the older ones in the live. So there you go. You get these a lot. You get a number of them. Not a lot. I'm not going to say there's a lot, but there. And I don't know which ones are photoshopped. I've tried checking some of these out, and this one definitely could be photoshopped. But there is some that are really older looking. And still, again, that can be photoshopped. That's kind of what happens, right? Let's go down. See what we can find here. I'm just saying, that was interesting. I have no clue what he's doing here. just thought, okay, that's interesting. Well, don't get out of here. Okay, let's go down. Okay. I have to take that. Okay. So then, yeah. Now this too, I wanted to make a full video on that, but there's actually quite a few videos on this. There are, we know what, we know about the one, what is it? Oh, somebody will tell me, some European town, I just slipped my mind now, where they have the catacombs, the bones and stuff like that. But the amount of them, and they're all over in almost every major city, there's catacombs of these bones. When you start looking into it, it is a lot. I don't know. Here, take a look at some of this. These are different places, and they're all over. This is Armageddon, guys. This is what they did to whatever picked off the bones. This is another thing I wanted to show you. And this is very interesting. And okay, this is going to go out of focus. Okay, there, that's really good. Now, there's some real talk about these old stoves and these old, look, these ones right here. These are enclosed units, and there has been a lot of research that has been done. They were heated with radium. It's sort of like, it was like a battery and it heated up. I don't know exactly. I haven't looked at the science. But these are not piped or anything. These are just self-generating heating units. These ones. Or so. And I'm not going to prove it to you guys. Go looking into it. There's so much tech. Here's another one. There's so much technical. Like they even put, decoration on the top of them because they are not piped out. They're not fires. They're not fires. They were different. But it's almost like they could cook in it because they could open up this. And it was like, well, this is like a heating vent. Now we put in wood in here, right? And too bad Pinterest blocks it out every time I try to use the pointer on this. But look at the quality and the design that are put in. And look at how many are being sold. It's not like they're being sold to, this is like the brick, if you will, where just the average Joe comes in and buys his heating unit. But he doesn't just get some piece of metal and here you go, and some sticks. He gets a beautiful piece of art. I don't think there isn't one of those that wouldn't look beautiful in anybody's homes. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And this is another one, because you guys know that I've done a lot on fairies and gnome, or a bit of them. And this is one that was from that curiosity cabinet from 1874. The History Channel just tells us a teeny little bit of what reality is, guys. They censor reality to such a level that we don't even know the magnificence of the world that we live in, not just the country that you may live in. There's a reason why they've kept it all from us. They've kept our history. But this is something I wanted to. Now, these are a lot of these. I don't know if every one of these, but I've checked into a lot of these. These are legit photos. And there's a lot. When I'm going to say a lot of them, there is a lot of them. Now, when I first came by this, seeing all of these men dressed up in women, I thought maybe it was they were being forced to do it. But it doesn't seem like that. There's so many of them. And all over. See, some of them you think, some of them look like they are, other ones look like they're having a great old time. You know, it was quite common when these pictures were being taken. Now and it seemed to have they're bold pictures. I don't think they would have been done in secrecy, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I can't see that this guy's gonna go and take this family photo like this, to somebody. Or did they hire somebody and had their own Photoshop in their basement so nobody would ever find these pictures of them that they like to dress as women? It's got to be questions that you gotta ask, because there's so many of them. And why it's not, look at that, he is so decked out. And there you go, you get some more of them. Can you see them all? Like, I'm just saying, there's so many. When you start looking, it's just it's an oddity of the past that we are not familiar with. Like, we have not been told about this, that this was so common back then. I don't know. Is this just buddies? But these guys aren't in drag, but you get a lot of these kind of pictures. Like, they're really all over. Now, were they forcing everybody? I don't know. I'm just showing you. I'm not making an opinion one way or another. But as far as we've ever been concerned, this is in our history. This is the time that they've acted like they've been accepted in society. We've been told at that time you would have been executed, or at least that was the history that I used to be taught. That isn't what you see in the photograph evidence. And to go to another subject, there's so many pictures like this. This is another one that you're going to see multiple mutations and oddities, that it really was a time when people were genetically mixed. Was this all fallen angel that was happening to these people? Or was this... Here, let's go. Like this one, I've seen this boy quite a number of times. And he literally is that size. Nothing more. Just that size. And I've seen his picture. Let's see if we've got more. They might pull up more here of him. But see what I'm saying? Like the four legs. Is this just all birth defects, mutations, and why so many then? Is it... Here you go. Here he is again. Doesn't he look like the guy from X-Men? I've seen him so many times, like spit an image of him. Anyways, never mind. But there sure was a lot more mutations around the 1900s. It was quite common. Like this one. This is a blind carrying a pair of, carrying this man in 1889. Yeah. So there sure was a lot more of that in the recent past. We just don't realize how fortunate We are. But now I don't know. We don't know what they were doing. What were they doing? Was this, can I throw this out, guys? Could this be what happened after? Now, I don't really know what's going on here, to be honest. Okay. Yeah. That's not a growth. I think that's a child. But that's just terrible. But was this after some form of vaccination, the children that were born? And then look, there's two different tribes of people gathering together, or one person came on a visit these guys. Because if you've seen my video on the different species, or not species, but tribes that were around. Now, we're going to leave you a little bit with this. This is a robot, and you need to look into this. It was developed in 1906 and went all over the place, and actually walked and talked, and let's see if we can pull up. No, that one's not going to have it. When I first saw it, it was like, what is it? But it was a robot. But look at how realistic its skin, and it's too bad it's so grainy. That's wild that they're saying that is a robot. And there's lots. I mean, you can go. So, is it a wax face? Life-size creature. But he was all over the place. How could it be a wax? You would think it would damage here. He was all over the world. Maybe his face was just getting re-waxed every day. Showing its innards. There you guys go. This was taken in 1906. Yeah. There's a lot of these people that were like this. Oops, no, it just doesn't want to. Okay. Get that? I've seen these guys. These were in like the circus. Poor guys. Just wants to mess around with me. And that girl too. If you can see that. Yeah. There was just so much more at that time that affected people that we just don't see today. After vaccination, are we going to see this maybe in 20 years from now, or is this what our population's going to look like? I don't know. They're putting in an RNA to change your DNA. Is that what they did then? Is that why we're seeing so many around that period? I guess it's as good as mine. Is it just because we have such great technology today that we're able to stop all the birth defects? Or were the birth defects caused on purpose? And is this what we're going to see? God bless y'all. Live and love and light.